mother couldn't stop crying when she realized what her children were doing. Being a mother is the most beautiful thing in the world. It can be so hard sometimes, but having such pure love is something I would never trade. A good mother is someone who can meet the basic needs of her children. Food, shelter, clothing, medical care, affection teaches them to be good citizens and to separate love and approval. Love is the unconditional care and affection of a good mother for her children, simply because they are hers. A good mother will do good things for her children because they are her children. For example, serving their favorite meals, even if they have done something wrong or irresponsible. Approval is earned by good behavior. A good mother disapproves of her children when they lie, steal, hurt others, are lazy, etc. etc. She punishes them, makes them pay for the damage they do, makes them apologize, lets them get bad grades, and even turns them in to the authorities if they commit crimes. Getting to know the world all over again through little eyes is fascinating. It is truly a blessing to be given the opportunity to teach and shape young minds, to see them grow and learn how smart they are, and to be constantly surprised by their new skills. Making contact with my inner child, nurturing their creativity and curiosity. Need to get creative by coming up with stories, games, and activities to entertain them and help them learn. To have the opportunity to be the person I needed them to be when I was a child. Most of all, I love seeing how genuine, loving, and caring they are from an early age, and trying to learn from them. The bad mother goes too far on the other two ends of the scale. Either she doesn't discipline them, finds excuses for all their bad behavior, pays for their irresponsibility out of her own pocket, or she punishes them excessively, and refuses to show any care, kindness or affection. Either she doesn't discipline them, finds excuses for all their bad behavior, pays for their irresponsibility out of her pocket, or she punishes them excessively, and refuses to show any care, kindness or affection. It is important to find a middle ground. Jessica Allen and her husband Wardell Jasper's lives were forever changed for the better by a rare medical phenomenon. Allen returned to the hospital and discovered she was pregnant with twins. Not once during her pregnancy did any of the medical professionals provided by the agency say the babies were in separate bags, she told the New York Post. As far as we know, the transferred embryo split in two, and the twins were identical. Allen, 31, a California mom with two grown boys, decided to become a surrogate and carry another couple's baby, she told the New York Post. No woman in the world should go through her life without experiencing the love and connection between mother and child, she told ABC News. While working with the surrogacy agency Omega Family Global in San Diego, Allen met a couple from China, where the use of surrogates is illegal, and after having intercourse with Jasper, said she used a condom. Allen returned to the hospital and discovered she was pregnant with twins. At no time during the pregnancy did any of the medical professionals provided by the agency say the babies were in separate bags, she told the New York Post. For all we know, the transferred embryo split in two, and the twins were identical. But soon they all learned that at the same time the mother of two was naturally pregnant with her own child. Along with the loss due to an extremely rare medical incident called superficiality. Allen first decided to become a surrogate in the fall of 2015, 6 months after the birth of his son Jarius. This is your chance to give your family the blessing of a baby, Wardell told me, added Allen, who is white. Besides, I wanted to stay home with my sons rather than go back to my job as a senior caregiver, so we decided to spend the money to buy a house. Working with San Diego-based agency Omega Family Global, she was paired with the Lewis family and followed a planned schedule until she found out she was expecting a double pregnancy. At the 6-week scan, she said, I was a little apprehensive, but I heard the Lewis were thrilled that they were having twins. My payment of $30,000 included expenses that I received in installments by check. Each month was increased by $5,000 for the second child. Allen gave birth to both boys at 38 weeks on December 12, 2016. She recalled that Mrs. Liu, who was in the delivery room, was concerned about the decision to give birth by section, and when Allen tried to comfort the woman, she was upset that she was not allowed to see the babies after they were born. I couldn't even look at the babies when they were taken out because it was done behind an opaque screen, Allen added. They were taken out of the operating room before I could see them. The next day the mother visited Allen and showed me a picture of the two children. Allen said, wow, they look so different. Recalling her thoughts in the sun, she added, I hit it right on the spot. Not only were the boys not identical, they had completely different DNA. Communication was sketchy. But on January 10th, a few days before moving into their new home, Allen received a WhatsApp message and photo from Mrs. You said it, they're not the same, right? Next, have you wondered why they are different? Both children were still in California at the time, so a DNA test was done, and it was discovered that one of the boys, named Max, was actually biracial and belonged to Allen and Jasper. The agency told Allen that the loser wanted nothing to do with Max, demanding between $18,000 and $22,000 in compensation. To their added horror, Allen said the agency was willing to give her son to another family, and or let the loose give Max up for adoption, since they were his legal parents. "We want our son," said Alan, who was furious that the social worker at Omega had asked for another $7,000 for the difficulty she faced in caring for the child. By spending $3,000 on legal fees, the couple was able to get the amount they owed the Chinese couple reduced to zero, the New York Post reported. Omega CEO Dr. Kyle Kramer said the company would pay the costs for the loss. But because of non-disclosure agreements and federal patient confidentiality laws, the firm can't elaborate further on the claims against Alan. They are arguing. But a lawyer for their company added that the company is very proud of the care, attention and support given to all surrogate mothers. On February 5th, Alan was finally reunited with her baby, now named Malachi, when she met an Omega Case employee in a Starbucks parking lot in Manifesta, Calif. Alan and Jasper were married in April and are enjoying their new life with their 3 boys. She added, "I don't regret becoming a surrogate mom because that would mean regretting my son. I just hope that other women considering surrogacy can learn from my story and that more good will come out of this nightmare." According to recent reports from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Society for Assisted Reproductive Technology, consumer surrogacy, authorized in only a few states, increased nearly 100% from 2004 to 2008, from 738 to 1,400 children. But since not every surrogate birth is reported, it is not known how many children are actually born using this method. Children are like a fountain of joy. I can never get enough of their sweet innocent personalities and truthfulness. They are so vulnerable and so brave at the same time. I find children refreshing and stimulating, and they keep me grounded. I want to protect them from any harm or pain to the best of my ability, and give them a chance to thrive. Consumer surrogacy is illegal in China. Rare phenomena. Surrogacy is usually defined as a pregnancy when the mother is already pregnant. David Haig, a Harvard University biology professor who has not been involved in surrogacy, wrote in an email. However, he added, surrogacy means that it does not fit the classic definition of superficiality. Sometimes superficiality is suspected when twins at birth are very different sizes, and apparently of different ages. In such cases, according to Haig, the mother is thought to have conceived a second time during an ongoing pregnancy. "I remember reading about an old case where twins were born at different times," Haig said. "The mother came to the doctor with abdominal pain," he said. "You're in labor," she said. "There's no way I gave birth a month ago." Despite her protests, Haig said, the twice pregnant woman gave birth to her second child a month after the first. Another phenomenon, he said, heteropaternity, occurs when a woman produces twins with different fathers. This is sometimes called superfertilization.